Welcome to Fast Track Gains. I'm here to help you accelerate your gains. This is the third episode of my 7th series, Bulking. Although there are many reasons why you should bulk, as I've listed in the last episode, I've also mentioned that bulking is not for everyone. And indeed, before we talk about who should bulk in this episode, let us first go through the process of elimination. Who should not bulk? According to Google, individuals with high body fat percentages, especially men over 15% and women over 23%, should not bulk and instead focus on cutting to reduce body fat before attempting to gain muscle. Additionally, those with a history of disordered eating or body dysmorphia should avoid bulking and cutting cycles due to the potential for exacerbating these conditions. Once again, the textbook reasons always look well and good on paper, but never tell you the whole picture. And please allow me to supplement a few more critical details to complete the whole picture. Number 1. Men over 15% body fat. While 15% body fat is a preferred body fat percentage by a lot of fitness channels, most notably Greg Doucette, it is hardly the stopping line if you're bulking. 20% body fat is a much more realistic stopping line for most people. But you know what? Most people underestimate how much body fat they have, generally by 5%. So maybe this statement is right in practice. Number 2, women over 23% body fat. While it is true that on average, women carry higher percentage of body fat than men, and therefore 23% is a preferred body fat percentage, in reality, bulking is almost detested by all females. They want to avoid body fat at all costs and stay slim at all costs. I'm not being a sexist here, just being a realist. Number 3, body dysmorphia. To be honest, everyone has body dysmorphia. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the gym training. The perfect physique does not exist. What is more to the point is whether you can be comfortable with your current physique being less impressive than your previous physique. For example, my current physique looks less impressive than was back in November 2023 when I was taking this photo shoot. And I'm okay with that because I know eventually I will look more impressive than this photo. But a lot of people are very uncomfortable with the blurry look during the bulk. They want to maintain the current impressive look, and they are not mentally ready for the sacrifice it requires for a greater look. If that's you, no judgment here. You just have to understand the trade-off and be content with your current look. Number 4, beginner exception. Unless you are really skinny with very, very low body fat percentage, not skinny fat, as a beginner, you don't need to bulk. The stimulus initially provided by your training will be strong. In fact, it is so strong that your body will read it as an emergency signal and use stored body fat as fuel source to provide energy for your muscle growth. For me personally, I have lost 9.5 kilos of fat and gained 2.7 kilos of muscle in the first 6 months of training. Obviously, the body has used quite a big chunk of the lost body fat to fuel my muscle growth. This is how you can gain muscle even at a caloric deficit, and why for most beginners, you don't have to bulk. Just train and eat normally, or even at a slight 10 to 15% deficit, and rely on your sweet newbie gains to grow some muscle. Alright, now we have dispensed with who should not bulk. Let's talk about who should bulk. And let me be really honest with you. Except beginners, everybody else, intermediates and advanced, you all have to bulk. Because once your body is familiar with the initial training stimulus, it will gradually stop reading it as emergency signal and gradually stop tapping into your body fat stores to fuel your muscle growth. And if you don't bulk, without extra energy supply to fuel the muscle growth, your progress will slow down significantly if it occurs at all. And let me tell you, the muscle gains you have made during your beginner training is nowhere near enough to look really impressive. Case in point, many fitness influencers' fat-free mass index are below 20. They may have shredded abs, but that's about it. They have nothing else to show you because they don't bulk. Most natural fitness channels hosts have a fat-free mass index of 23, but that has taken them decades to achieve it because they don't want to bulk, and tell you what, they still don't look very impressive in clothing. In fact, it really shouldn't be a question of who should bulk, but rather it should be a question of who can get away without bulking. And the only reason beginners can get away without bulking is because of their sweet newbie gains. Apart from that, unless you don't want to look impressive, or you're willing to devote decades and decades of time into developing your physique, you have to bulk. You have to eat big to get big. This is the most efficient way to fundamentally transform your physique. The sport is called bodybuilding, not body maintaining or body demolishing. And if you are not bulking most of the time to provide necessary building blocks and energy for muscle growth, how can you say you are bodybuilding? That's it, guys. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. In the next episode, I will provide my analysis on when you should be bulking. Stay tuned, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.